Yeah.
Hello and welcome back to Iron Stream. So today we're going to be previewing the Champions League final. But first, we just had the Europa League final, Sevilla beating Inter Milan 3-2. So I'm here with Doobz. Doobz, what are your thoughts on the game?
Insane stats, isn't it? 6 Europa Leagues in 14 years. But that's the history. Tonight, they won the game fair and square. Inter Milan, they, especially towards the end, they posed no attacking threat going forward. I mean, Lukaku was really the only way they were going to score, in my opinion. They brought on some subs. That didn't really work out for them. But Sevilla managed the game really well towards the end as well. Deserved the win and cracking.
Okay, so fair and square. Interesting you would use that choice of words because actually there was shouts about a potential red card for Sevilla after 4.5 minutes.
Yeah, well, I did actually think it was a red card. I'm not sure how on earth VAR didn't intervene in that situation. However, it wasn't a red card. It wasn't given. And after that, they won the game. So.
Yeah, but the thing is, you said fair and square, and then you've said it wasn't fair because he should have been sent off.
Well, I suppose, but it doesn't matter. That happened. That's history. And then they did the job that was put in front of them after that. So you can't say that they didn't.
Well, that's the thing. I think Inter Milan, they can't really complain because in a way, they had a 1-goal lead early on. They blew it. They got back to 2-2. They still blew it. Lukaku scored a goal to win a club a trophy. Unfortunately for him, it was not his own. But yeah, I think Sevilla definitely, they did get a bit lucky with that because it should have been a red card. I mean, no intention to go for the ball, but it is what it is. And actually, I did predict Sevilla to win, but when I was looking at all the polls, everyone was predicting Inter to win. So I was wondering if I'd gone mad, but they are serial winners in the Europa League. So got there in the end.
Most people were predicting quite a bland game, but it turned out to be a really good one, much better than I expected anyway.
Yeah, interestingly enough, though, still with all the goals as well, Sevilla did what they keep on doing, and that was winning by a 1-goal margin. Like United, they won by 1 goal. Wolves, they won by 1 late goal. So it's interesting. They don't need to smash their opposition. Like Inter won 5-0? 5-1? 5-0?
5-0
against Shakhtar. And Sevilla don't do that, but they still got the win, and that's what matters. And I don't know why, but all the players, including the manager, seem to be crying. I mean, okay, you've won the Europa League, but it obviously means a lot.
And another thing, I don't think the commentator said something about they hadn't conceded a goal in the second half for like 16 games or something. Now that is game management at its peak. That is really deserved, in my opinion.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on to the Champions League final. Bayern Munich against PSG. Your thoughts on that? Who do you think is going to win?
I will say right now, I think Bayern Munich will win. And I think the reason is they're just an all-round better side. Despite having a poor defence, I think their attack is better. I think their midfield is better. And PSG have got a really threatening attack. Mbappe, Neymar, Di Maria. That's dangerous. That will hurt Bayern Munich. But for me, Bayern are a better team.
Yeah, I mean, looking at it, right, tell me right now one team in the competition so far that Bayern Munich haven't thrashed.
Exactly. And I saw a stat. They scored 42 goals. I think it was 42 goals in the 10 games this season. That's an average of about 4.2 goals in every game. So that is mental stats. Obviously, the 8-2 would boost up a bit, but still.
Yeah, thing is, they beat Barcelona 8-2, Spurs 7-2. I think they probably thrashed like Red Star Belgrade. They don't really count, but they have smashed some very good teams. And then PSG, they struggled against Atalanta, only just made it, got 2 stoppage time goals. What was the other one? Bayern Munich played Lyon, beat them 3-0. PSG semi-final, RB Leipzig, that was 3-0. So to be fair, they did all right there, but RB Leipzig set up very defensive, didn't do a lot. So I think PSG, they've got a good team, and they've never really made it this far before. But looking at the two teams, I think Bayern are much better at the moment.
Well, another thing on Bayern Munich, they haven't been at their best throughout the Champions League. I don't think they were at their best against Barcelona. They still conceded lots of chances, and that is the way they play. But still, they could have been better. And against who they beat, whoever they beat in the semi-final, Leon. They could have done a lot.
Oh no, that was PSG.
No, that was Sorry, it was Leon.
Need a fixture list of all these results.
Yeah. I can't keep track of them all. but they were about 70% in that game. I think they could have won 6-0 if they were a bit better. And then again, Leon could have scored a couple if they started moving to Dembele. But that's another story. In this game, I think Bayern will be PSG.
Yeah, and another thing about PSG could have some chances though, because Bayern Munich, I mean, yeah, they won 3-0 against Lyon. But I'll tell you what, if Lyon had actually got their act together and finished chances, they could have potentially won that tie. I mean, the scoreboard really didn't show what the game actually was because the amount of chances that Bayern conceded. I mean, Lyon could have scored at least 3. So it is interesting. It should be a reasonably high-scoring game. We've seen quite a few of them. So hopefully it'll be a good one.
On paper, it should be. But then again, Neymar's finishing in the Champions League since the restart has been shocking. His finishing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm getting so bored of commentators and pundits just talking about Mbappe and Neymar as if they're the only 2 players PSG have. It's almost like they're trying to cover up for the fact that they know nothing about French football.
Well, Mbappe and Neymar are both great players, but there is another team that play behind them.
Yeah. And plus, if you're talking about, you talk a lot about Neymar. Tell you what, Serge Gnabry at the moment, I think he's just as threatening as Neymar, if not more so at the moment. And I think at the end of the day, you talk a lot about Robert Lewandowski, and rightly so. But actually, I think if there's one to watch in the final that PSG need to be really careful of, it's Serge Gnabry. Because the other day when Bayern played Lyon and he scored that rocket of a goal, I wasn't at all surprised. I mean, as soon as he got into the position where he could get a shot away, I knew he was going to score. And then the commentators sounded really surprised and amazed. And okay, be amazed because it was a great goal. However, I was not in the least bit surprised because he'd done the exact same thing against Tottenham and Barcelona. So,
yeah, no, he's had a great season, breakthrough, as it were. But I said earlier, Neymar and Mbappe Di Maria brilliant, but I still think Bayern have a better attack. Because Thomas Muller, he doesn't get the credit he deserves, and he's been doing it for years. And then you got Perisic and who's the other one? Kingsley Coman, and he hasn't even started the last couple of games. And Coutinho as well off the bench. I just think they're a great side. Bayern Munich should win.
So even though, it should be a high-scoring game, Champions League finals, they don't exactly have a history of being like the 8-2 type. So do you think it's going to be a game with very few goals, maybe a few goals, or actually a game where there are tons of goals?
Well, I don't think there will be a few goals. And one of the reasons is because there aren't any fans. So it's slightly less pressure than usual. So it should be quite an open game. I imagine both teams will try and score. Perhaps PSG will be very wary of the Bayern defence, but I don't think Bayern will change the way they play just because of Neymar or Mbappe. One thing, Mbappe versus Alphonso Davies, that's a great clash. That pace, basically a 100-metre sprint in the Olympics, isn't it?
Yeah. Anyway, I kind of wish we'd done score predictions for Sevilla-Inter because I predicted Sevilla to win, you predicted Inter to win. I mean, I didn't get the exact 3-2 result. However, now it's time to predict the Champions League final. I'm not entirely sure. And for some reason, sometimes I just imagine a scoreline in my head and I just use that as a prediction. And I'm going to go, I was going to go 4-2 Bayern. I'm going to go 5-2 Bayern Munich.
I was thinking 5-2 Bayern Munich as well because that was in my head. It was 4-2.
Okay, I'll go 4-2 Bayern Munich.
All right, yeah. Well, I was saying, very similar. We'll both be wrong or we'll both be right. So.
Okay, well, I think that rounds off this video. As you can probably tell, due to us not even knowing what the results were in the last round at times. This video, we didn't plan much for it. Anyway, hopefully next week's video, or a video coming up soon, might actually be non-football content for you who don't like football. But definitely at some point we're going to be bringing out a video where we rate and review Premier League kits for the new season.
Just need to wait for Fulham.
Sorry, say that again.
Need to wait for Fulham. They haven't brought out theirs yet.
Yeah, so Fulham may just be missed off because apparently they're not releasing till September or something. So 19 teams anyway that we can review. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want to do that and haven't done yet, because we've only got about 20 and that's not a lot. And yeah, see you in the next video.